Morning, ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Now, you guys have seen my favourite medium tank in the game. You've seen my favourite tank destroyer in the game. You've seen my favourite heavy in the game, and now it's time to look at my favourite light tank in the game. Now, most people's choice would probably be something like the T49 or the Vickers or the T100, but nope, mine is the German Bulldog. Yes, the German Bulldog was my favourite premium tank, or my favourite tank in the game for a little bit, you know. Well, I say premium tank. It was my favourite premium tank for a long time. So I really enjoy this tank, and there's a number of reasons why I enjoy this tank. Those of you that play the RU251 that doesn't own this is kind of like an RU251. It's got pretty much the same gun as an RU, and the best thing about the gun it has something called HEP, which is basically kind of like HE, HESH. It's the high penetration HE. So the armor profile on this is non-existent. It's literally 0. The DPM 2374. Now, I do run this with calibrated shells, and that is because of the HE pen. So your standard penetration is 191. Your heat is 275, which is decent enough to get through most things, and your HE is a very nice 112 millimeters. So you get behind a lot of tanks in tier 7 and tier 8, you will be able to HE them, and a lot of tanks from the side as well. So your damage, you're doing a 240 alpha shot with your standard AP pen. AP, you're doing 200 with your heat, and you're doing 320 with your HE. Aim time pretty good at 2.9, dispersion not too bad at 0.317, not bad at all, and it has 8 degrees of gun depression with 72 kilometers per hour speed. So it's a very quick tank as well, and the whole reason I love this tank is mainly the HE. If this thing didn't have the higher penetration HE, then I probably wouldn't love it as much, and it pretty much goes the same for the RU251. I think the RU251 is brilliant, and a lot of people would probably prefer the RU251 over this tank. But you know, this tank's a Bulldog. I love all the Bulldogs. The T49 is probably one of my worst Bulldogs, because it's not I don't enjoy it, I just don't perform too well in that tank. Now, if you're able to get behind these tanks with literally 0 armor, I mean, look at this, 2 shots, 700 damage, and we're in a light tank. 3 shots, are we going to get the kill? No, we're not, but 300 damage. So that's 3 shots, and we've done 1,000 damage, and we managed to clear that guy very easily. And even the Tortoise here, so I don't want to come up against the Tortoise because I know he would completely wreck me with DPM. So I need to use my mobility to get around him very quickly. Now, you can see the pen there on the heat, 177. So that's not a lot. That really isn't a lot of pen on your heat. Sorry, not a lot of alpha on your heat. So you need to try and shoot less heat. At the minute, I'm not even aware that I've got the heat loaded. As you can just see, that me shooting that little fence there with heat is not good. So yeah, try to use less heat as you can, but the penetration is still nice. The penetration is still nice, and you're still going to get through most things with the heat. Now, with my HE, I carry just as much HE than I do with heat or AP. Now, again, you can tell that I'm accidentally using the heat here because I've just shot heat at a T49. Like, am I stupid? Meadsy, change. You have heat loaded. Just change your freaking shell. So I even at this point, I'm not even aware that I've got the heat loaded, but it's not a massive thing because at least I should pen most things. But at this point in the game, it is a 5 versus 4, but a few of our guys are low hit points, and I don't want to take any risk whatsoever. I want to get that base and then make my move down. And of course, the T77 there, I get a nice lucky bounce from him, and it is now just a 4 versus 2. So I'm just trying to run away. The T49 is up there, and I just thought I was going to go to to the right, but then I thought if I go up there, then this T77 is going to have a few clear shots on me. So yeah, I just want to get away as quick as I can, and you can see that failed HE shot there from that guy. And yeah, I'm still using the heat into the T49. GG meadsy. So 1700 damage. I mean, you're going to have, some people will have some good games in this. Some people will have some good games. Some people will have some bad games. And there's going to be occasions where you're just going to get absolutely ripped apart. And I finally find out that I'm using heat, and I do change. And you can see that heavy there. Yeah, wow. GG standard B. So yeah, the more you use the heat, the more you use the HE, the bigger damage you're going to get, and you're going to get there quickly. You're going to get there quickly. And sometimes if you're in a top tier game, you don't realize how much damage you do and how quickly you do the damage. Now again, even tier 8s, there is loads of tier 8s that you are able to HE, and I'd always recommend, if you do use the mobility of this tank, just get behind tanks, get behind them, load up the HE. You can see here I've got 13 HE and 14 heat, so pretty much equal. Pretty much I use the same amount of HE than I have with the heat. So the last game here, we're just going to show you again, nothing too special, but it's just I think this game's a bit more fun. So the enemy have 3 mediums, we've got 2 mediums and a light tank. Now at the start of this game, I do absolutely get ripped apart, and again, you've got to remember that even if you hold down, doesn't matter, because they're going to pen you, because you're a bulldog. You've literally got 0 armor, literally nothing. So yeah, I'm now in a situation where I thought I'd pushed forward because my team are with me, but of course I don't have the armor, I don't have the hit points, and this T49 can really bully me at the moment. You can see my modules damaged there, and yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble right now. I'm in a lot of trouble. I've just got to sit back and hope my team will come to save me as quickly as possible. So the T44 now is almost a one shot. Again, I do bounce him, so the game's not going too well for me right now, but I do now have the backup. The STA is on his own. He's not going to be able to do anything. I'm going to miss that shot there, and now it is a 6 versus 4, but the whole team are down there, and you could just see, yeah, I'm not penning anything. I'm not even getting that shot off. I've got no repair kit, and I'm in a lot of trouble at the moment, so I need to wait for my repair kit before I can actually start doing massive amount of damage. And again, these guys here, most of these guys on the enemy team now, if I can get behind them, I will be able to HE them. So yeah, that's what I want to do, but unfortunately it's not really gonna happen. So of course I want to clear the black prince here. The T29 is up there, he's also bullying me, and finally I can use my repair kit, clear that guy, and then just back up. Now the problem is, at the moment, yes, there is only 3 tanks on the enemy team, but they've got the supremacy points, so I still need to get the kills in here and the damage. And again, only 1100 damage at the moment. I've really not done anything, and there was quite a nice pen, to be honest. I didn't think that would pen. Now the eagle here is he's been a bit risky, and he's literally just gone forward, as far forward as he can. And the T29, again, even though we can only see my turret, it's no problem whatsoever for him to be able to penetrate me. So we're coming up to an end now. So do you own this tank? If you don't own this tank, it's nothing too bad, because you do still have the RU251, and the RU251 is quicker than this tank. It is quicker, it's got the same kind of pen, it's got the same kind of gun, so it still has that high pen HE. So if you don't own this tank, then just go play the RU251. Some people would probably prefer the RU251 because it's quicker, it's more lower to the ground, and it can be more enjoyable. But I prefer, personally, I prefer this tank. I've just always loved the tank. But you have to, for this tank to be fun, you have to use that mobility, and you have to use that HE. So let me know your thoughts on the cruel twist here, the German Bulldog, the M4190. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But this is currently my favorite light tank in the game. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.